everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here for Craftie Cafe and today I have another sort of good luck graduation sort of card for you all. So I'm going to be using the Little Dreamers and the Stardust stamp sets from W+9 along with the Starry Skies die from Lawn Fawn. So I'm going to begin first with this Marianne Stamp Master tool, and I've just placed a piece of Tim Holtz watercolour cardstock inside, and I'm just stamping repeatedly this star pattern from the Stardust stamp set by W+9 with VersaFine or Versamark ink, and then I'm covering it with clear embossing powder and heat setting that. And so I just did that over the entire background. And now I'm going to go ahead and do a galaxy background. So I'm using my Jello Mission Gold watercolors for this, and I'm just dabbing on random color. I used a yellow, a pink, a purple, and a blue to start off with. And so then I just dabbed on some color all over that background, and then I heat set it. And now I'm going to go back in with the same colors and just make it more darker and more vibrant. So I'm just going in again with the pink and the yellow and the purple and the same blue, and just going over those areas once again, but I'm just not being neat about it. I'm just dabbing on some really thick vibrant color and then heat setting that again, because I want this color to be able to show through when I add more layers of another blue and also a black. So now I'm going in with a different blue, a more like darker navy night sky blue, and I'm just going over the entire panel really roughly just with that blue to sort of cover all of those colors that I did before. And then I heat set that again, and now I'm going back over with a black, and I'm just making this really dark and then adding water as I go to sort of make it splotchy and for it to all cover that color, but I do still want some of that purple and the pink and the yellow and the blue to show through. So that's what I achieved here. I just worked in many layers and it worked really nicely. So now I'm just using some white Mr. Huey's to splatter onto the background, and then I'm also pulling out some Kuretake shimmer paints, and I think it's called Starry Colors, and I'm just using this white gold color and I'm sprinkling this all over the background also. And I just wanted it to sort of have those stars in the sky. Even though I had clear heat embossed the stars beforehand, I just wanted to add a little bit more to the background. So now that that's done and it's all heat set and dried and cut down, I'm using the Starry Skies dies by Lawn Fawn, and I'm just quickly cutting them apart here because I hadn't used them yet. And I'm just going to use those corner pieces here to die cut into the corners of the background. So I'm just going to do like the two corners that are opposite, just because I really just wanted to have some die cutting sort of element to the background. So I'm just going to adhere that down with a little bit of washi tape, and I'm going to run that through my Big Shot machine. And then I've just skipped ahead. I've stamped out all of the images from the Little Dreamers stamp set, and now I'm going to Copic color them in. So I'm just coloring in this moon with Y19, Y13 and Y11, and then I'm just going to add a little bit of shading onto the clouds on all of the cloud images with some B's. So I'm just using B000 and B0000, and then I'm going to blend that out with the 0 marker. And I just wanted my clouds to have some sort of color to them. I didn't want them to be a stark white. I did want them to have a little bit of shading. So now I'm going to go ahead and colour in the monkey. So I'm just using my favourite E markers for that, the E57, E55 and then E53. And again, I am working in the dark to light technique. It's a little bit faster, a little bit easier, and you know, I'm using colours that I'm very familiar with, and so it works out really well. So once I've gone ahead and coloured in the monkey, I just added some R30 in for the middle of his ears and also on the bunny and the teddy bear. And then I'm just using some E51 and E50 and E53 also for the face of the monkey. And now I'm going to colour in the two bunnies. So I'm not going to use this bunny here on the left at all, but I am going to use this bunny on the right. So I'm just using the W3 and then the W1 to blend that W3 out, and then blending that all together with the W0 marker. And I did just want those bunnies to be grey because, again, I didn't want them to be white and I did want them to have some colour to it. So now for the bear, which is the last image I'm going to colour, I'm just using some more brown markers. So I'm using a different sort of brown here. So I'm using E27, E25 and E23 to blend this all together, and they are a bit darker of a brown, but I think it works for this teddy bear. I'm just using my zero marker to clear up any of the areas where I went outside the lines, and then I am going to take all of the coordinating dies to die cut all of my images out. So the coordinating dies are really super easy to have to cut out images really super fast, so I'm really glad that I have them for this set, because I think these images would be quite tricky to cut out. So I'm just lining these up, and I'm going to adhere those down, and then I'm going to run those through my Big Shot machine. So once I've run everything through it, I'm going to go ahead and place down my images where I think they're going to go, and then to make it easy to adhere them in the right places, I'm going to pick up all of my images with a piece of press and seal. So I've just gone ahead and stuck on the press and seal onto my images, and now I'm going to add adhesive to them. So to begin, I'm going to add adhesive onto the clouds first, and you can see here that the clouds sort of did move just a tiny bit, but it's okay, I fixed them up. And I'm going to first add some Tombow Mono liquid glue onto these bottom images first. So I want these ones to be adhered flat onto the card, so I'm just adding a little bit of Tombow Mono multi glue to the clouds, all of the clouds actually, and then I'm going to press that down onto my cardstock where I want the images. So I'm just going to flip this piece over and then just press down where I want those images to go. And I know it's probably a little bit strange to have like clouds in a night galaxy sky, but I really felt that with these images, you know, it was more for like a nighttime scene, so I thought that I would just add the clouds in anyway, and I just think it turns out really, really cute. And so I don't really think it matters that clouds aren't necessarily, seen in a night sky or anything like that. So I'm just pressing that down, and I'm just lifting up the press and seal really carefully, being really careful not to rip my paper, and then I'm just going to turn that back over and then decide to add foam adhesive onto all of the backs of these images. So I decided to adhere the rest with foam adhesive just for a little bit of added dimension, and I really do like the way they look when they're popped up. So I've just got some 3M Scotch foam adhesive here. I've just cut all this into sort of little squares, and I'm just adhering these down, and then I'm just picking up the press and seal, lining it back up where I think those images fit best, and then I'm just going to pick up this press and seal once again to reveal all of the images adhered down really nicely and all in their correct places. So I really like how that turned out, and now I'm going to move on to the sentiment. So I just white heat embossed this Reach for the Stars sentiment from the same Little Dreamers stamp set, and I just white heat embossed that on some black cardstock, and then I'm just adhering it onto the top right hand corner of my card, sort of hanging over the edge a little bit, just making sure that that's pretty straight. I don't think it was straight the first time I adhered it, but I think it's pretty good now. So that's basically how my panel is going to go. I'm just going to add a few other things to it. I just added some white cardstock behind the background to make those stars sort of shine through a little bit, and I also added some Wink of Stella into each of those holes as well to make it glittery and fun. I foam mounted my entire panel just with some fun foam onto a black cardstock panel adhered to a white card base, and I'm just using my multimedia matte glue to adhere some of these star confetti pieces from Pretty Pink Posh, and I just think that finishes off the card just completely. So thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed. All of the supplies will be listed down below to the Craftie Cafe shop, and I will catch you all next time. Thanks so much for watching.